Starting our ride, entering the pathway at 11th and Pacific Coast Highway. We're going to connect onto the pathway here. We're going to go from Huntington Beach Pier down to the end of the pathway beyond Newport Beach Pier and Balboa Park area to the end of the pathway. You can see Catalina Island off in the distance there. Still a little bit of haze in the sky. Looks like they're having a Volkswagen bus event on the Huntington Beach Pier today, June 1st, 2025. During the summer, there's always events going on along this area at the entry to the pier. You can see the Catalina Islands in the middle of the haze and the clouds. Avalon is on this side. The two harbors on that side, right in between that last little mountain. And Long Beach over here with the Port of Los Angeles. Leaving the Huntington Beach Pier area, heading towards Newport. You can see the asphalt. It's a little rough in the beginning here. If you're on rollerblades or a skateboard, it's a little bit rough. Gets better as you go. It's okay to ride rollerblades and skateboards on the Huntington Beach side. There are sections along the pathway in Newport Beach where you're not supposed to ride skateboards. Cabo Wabo Sandbar by Sammy Hagar. We're approaching Beach Boulevard. I'm still on the north side of Beach Boulevard here. If you enter to the north of Beach Boulevard is Huntington City Beach. If you enter from Beach Boulevard to the south of Beach Boulevard is Huntington State Beach. We're approaching the bridge that parallels Pacific Coast Highway, and it crosses over the water runoff channel, which actually comes all the way from the mountains. The flood control channel. There are multi-use pathways that follow along the flood control channels and go in towards the valley. This pathway goes all the way up towards Yorba Linda. Probably. There's another flood control channel to the north past Huntington Beach, a ways in Long Beach, and that channel actually has a pathway that goes all the way in through the valley to Azusa Canyon. See the pathway coming below Pacific Coast Highway and looping its way onto the beach pathway. There's the pathway there alongside the flood control channel. It's on the north side of the channel. Cross over the flood control channel there to enter Newport Beach. A little bit of construction going on the sidewalk here. The pathway continues along seashore. There's parking alongside the road if you can find it. Otherwise, there's paid parking lots along this route. Cars driving here are on a one-way street. At 46th Street, the one-way changes going south. To my right, to the west, you see the ocean and Catalina Island. At 36th Street, you can turn in to the beginning of the pathway that follows along the sand and the beach. And Newport Pier is just up ahead. pathway diverts here, walking only on the sidewalk there and the businesses. The pathway diverts into the parking lot, which is a loop. Typically on any weekend, there's a whole row of cars in here just trying to wait and see if somebody's leaving to find a spot to park. You're looking for a treat? Seaside Donuts right there on the corner. Here's the pier area. You're supposed to walk your bike. And there's the fish market, which you got to come in early if you want to get anything. We're gonna head over to Newport Coffee Company.
Yes, sir.
Are you north of the pier or on the south side?
Vuelo, camino.
Ya, o yo empecé a enojar con ella por eso, porque...
A little playground, the park area next to the elementary school here. When you're riding on the pathway, you have to watch out for people coming out of this blacktop basketball court area. A lot of times people on bikes or skateboards or rollerblades come flying out here on the pathway. As you're heading south in the distance there, you can see Crystal Cove. There's some nice camping and nice trails to hike in that little area there.
Yeah, you're definitely getting that #1 spot, man. It's out of control.
See the parking area here to my right. This is part of Balboa Village, which is along the little peninsula, or Newport Bay as it's called. If you're on a bike or anything with wheels, you got to watch out for folks coming out of this cantina here, Cabo Cantina. On more than one occasion, we've had people stumble out of there intoxicated and almost get run over by bicyclists going by. This is the new Newport Beach Junior Lifeguards station that was built in recent years.
Basically the same thing in the water, yeah.
You can see Crystal Cove State Park in the distance between those hills there. We're heading towards the end of the pathway here along the Balboa Peninsula, and we're going to head over onto the street to get to the Wedge. This is the end of the pathway, end of boardwalk. There's a short walkway right here that takes you out to the sand, a little bit closer to the water.
Oh, the whale. There's a whale. Right there. Right there. It's coming. Wow.
Oh yeah, I see it. There it is. Yeah, good timing. You see those dolphins. Yeah, you can see the dolphins right over here in the distance, jumping up out of the water. At the end of the pathway here, there's a ramp and steps at E Street to go down to East Balboa Boulevard. You stay to the right, the bike route continues into Balboa Peninsula Point. And you'll continue left here towards the Wedge. Here is the Wedge and West Jetty View Park. It's a good place to hang out, watch paddle boarders, boats, other boats wind sailing, coming in and out of this little peninsula of the Newport Bay. And now to make our way back to Huntington Beach. At E Street, I'll take you back to the pathway along East Ocean Front. At Palm Street, along the pathway, if you take a look, you'll see that the Balboa Peninsula Trolley is the stop is, or one of the stops is right here, and it's a free trolley on Saturdays and Sundays, plus the 4th of July. Statue of Ben Carlson. Here at 36th Street is the end of the pathway in Newport area, going north along the sand. As you turn in, pathway continues on Seashore Drive. There's a dedicated bike lane. Here at 46th Street, you can see the one-way traffic changes direction to the north. Huntington Beach. South of Beach Boulevard is Huntington State Beach. North of Beach Boulevard along Pacific Coast Highway is Huntington City Beach. Sun is just about 7:45 p.m. We've almost made it back to Huntington Pier right at sunset. racing a little side-by-side. We're moving pretty quickly across the beach. Hopefully everyone's okay. Sometimes they're just collaborations. And we made it back to Huntington Beach. Just past the pier. There's a little bike parking area and a playground and a restroom. Or if you are walking, you can take the stairs.